They slashed guidance and they're expecting margins to fall, all largely due to tariffs. The hardest hit quarter will be 2Q because they're unable to mitigate a lot of the tariff headwinds until 2H. And along with that, they're going to have more promotions. They did say that traffic was lighter in stores. That's not something new. We've heard the story for quite a few quarters now, and it just means that they really need to step up their game to get traffic back to stores, be the Lululemon that we knew, where, the stores would be crowded irrespective of what was going on inside the malls.
What does this do for the supply chain? So that's the consumer part. In terms of their supply part, what are they dealing with?
Sure. So when you think of Lululemon, the one thing that I think we should note is they don't make product in China. So they do not have product exposure to China. They do source raw material from China, for which there will be some exposure. But the largest hit that they're going to face is from the other countries in Asia, where the tariff is at 10% right now until early July. So they have that 10% headwind, and we do think that they'll be able to mitigate that in 2H. And they said they would too, largely through a combination of supplier negotiations, some select price increases, and then internal efficiencies.
The ability to pass along cost increases, it sounds like Lululemon does not maybe have the pricing power that maybe some of the other retailers you follow have. Talk to us about Lululemon and that side.
Sure. So one thing is that Lululemon does have the more affluent customer, so they can, sell things at relatively higher prices than other retailers that sell athleisure. That said, if you're used to paying $120 for a pair of yoga pants, and you see the price go up to 130, you may start to wonder, the way to take up prices here for retailers like Lululemon is on new product
Mm.
because you don't have a price set in mind for what that product should be. So if they introduce a new legging, if they introduce a new silhouette and they price that a little higher, the customer may not even notice. So I think that would be the smarter way to do it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And I'm 100% not paying $130 for a pair of pants I'm going to sweat in. I
Really?
can't.
They look good, though.
Never. No. I mean, I literally just work out in my bedroom. Anyway, moving on. Not about me. What about the competition? We were talking earlier about that. And I was saying, well, now you have Alo Yoga. You have a lot of other competitors in a way that we didn't have about 10 years ago or so. So how is that affecting Lulu?
Yeah, competition is definitely getting tougher, not just from the likes of Alo, but also from the traditional legacy athleisure players like Nike, Adidas. They're all making a big push, especially into women's, and focusing on the same segment that Lululemon sort of made its money on.
Mm.
So, Poonam, sense of timing for tariffs here. What are your companies telling you about when they think they will really start to see their costs increase and then they're going to have to make a decision? I mean, is that happening now? Is that something that'll
It's
happen maybe in the
happening.
fall?
It's happening. It started to happen. Costs are going up, and they can only mitigate so much. If you have a 10% headwind and you have low to no exposure to China, I could see you mitigating most of that for some of our companies. But as soon as you add China to the mix, where you need China to get product to the US, it's much, much harder, and the margins will be pressured. Uh, these retailers, Paul, they have margins that are in the single digits. So even
Jeez.
a 10% increase in cost is a big increase. We're all thinking 10% is okay. It's not that bad when we heard the 135% with China, but it's still a big deal. It's a large increase for them to have to absorb or deal with.